We're in game 4 out of 5 between Edie and RiuT, and we have a Goth Warden this time. No Aztecs, nice change. Let's see how both players are going to do, and actually what they're going to do, because as the Goth, of course, it's infantry time usually. We might see hand cannoneers, we might see castle age aggression, which is possible. Go through the walls, and of course Goth can't rebuild those walls, at least not rebuild the stone walls. But let's go for the maps first, and we have Edie with a very safe, or pretty safe main goal in the back, second goal in the back, second stone in the back. This 2 sheep is going to find very soon, third goal also in the back. That's all very nice here. Sorry for that, where's the deer? I saw some deer, got 3 deer outside, could lure them in if you wanted to, maybe he's gonna go for that immediately. One relic close, this relic, oh look at this, in between the 2 players because they're really close towards one another. Main stone forward for Edie, but everything else in the back, so he should be happy with this map. Let's see how he's going to do, and if he's going to lure the deer in immediately. RiuT's map, no back base, so his map probably won't be as good. Main stone and second stone on the same side here. Second gold outside, main gold on the other side. Could be a rest in theory, third gold outside and 4 deer inside. That's at least something. Maybe close the gate, get the deer in. 2 relics inside his base as well as the 2 boars. That's amazing for him. Gotta get a little bit of gold here. And another relic relatively close to his base. In the back, only forest, only not too much space actually. We might see RiuT go really aggressive here. Boar of course coming in on the TC, very nice. Sending those 2 sheep in, and now gonna lure the deer. Yeah, perfect. No deer is running out or anything. Edie not luring the deer versus scout right now. He is scouting his own base at the moment. Let me check what he can see. He can see RiuT's base here. He found his last boar, maybe that was he was looking for. 140, actually pretty nice timing. And he can see the gold now as well. He didn't find the second stone yet. Should have gone there a little bit more, because he can see this gold. It's no problem for him. Should be able to find the stone eventually. He knows main stone forward, but no other stone here. So right now he has 2 possibilities. Either it's bugged or it's in this you stole me. No, saying no. He's missing 2 sheep as well. And he's gonna find those along with the second stone. There we go. There's the stone and there's the 2 sheep. Edie will be happy. Eddie's saying found. There we go. And of course it's practice games. The players are talking a little bit if they want to. Saying really hidden, yeah, they're quite far away actually, that's alright. And Edie of course starting to lure the deer in as well. Maybe should not have opened the piece of stone was so far away, maybe should have connected one of those 2, but it doesn't really matter, it's gonna get the deer towards the TC. Mining camp in a very convenient position here, 2 farms are up for him, 2 farms up for RiuT as well, perfect, they're pretty much the same build order I guess. 2 lumber camps, that's 8 villagers, 8 villagers. Do we see 2 on gold for RiuT, 3 on gold for Edie, a little bit of difference, and RiuT up first, getting 1, 2, 3, deer number 4 in as well, so he will be happy with the food. Got quite a lot here already, and Edie only now clicking up to feudal age, 2 villages more. See on stone, is walling this, not sure why. Could have gotten another deer in, but he got 3 villagers on the main stone, and questions can RiuT see this. RiuT is going for the barracks. Not sure if he wants to go stables then, get the relics in. Deer don't like me. And of course RiuT can see the main stone on the villager's mining stone, so he knows Edie is gonna go for either like 3 TCs then a castle, or castle coming immediately. Archer range and stable, that's interesting. No blacksmith, but RiuT seems wants to go really aggressive in castle age then maybe. Not sure what that's about. Haven't seen archer range and stable in an arena game at the same time building feudal age. Usually there's the blacksmith involved. And RiuT now sending more villagers to gold, so that looks like archer production will start anytime soon. There we go. First archer coming out. Do we see probably want to go knights. I don't think he's going to go scouts, but then he needs more villagers as well. Edie clicked up to castle age 2, 1 minute behind. 2 more villagers, so he's lost a little bit of time. Of course, he only had 1 deer. And Edie doing a barracks as well, aftermarket blacksmith. Interesting to see. Edie should not know about, no, he cannot know about those. Maybe he can judge from the score, but he's ahead in score actually. And horse coming in for him now. I think that barracks was done by both players. RiuT up to Castle Age. Now the question is, what is he going to do? Monastery coming up immediately. Archers created. I think crossbowmen will be researched as well. Let me see. Double knight production and still no blacksmith. Instead, town center coming up on the wood line and the main gold. No crossbows. RiuT saying, what the fuck? Not sure what he... Oh, did he lose the scout maybe? I think so. Ah, there was a spear involved. And now the two knights coming out. Edie going with the monastery forward, quickly walling this to make sure he's not going to lose the villagers. Two spearmen on the way. Eddie's not doing any more TCs for now. RiuT is getting this one up. That's two idle villagers then. First relics are in, and archers against those spearmen, I guess, which is very nice. Castle coming up for Edie next to the main stone. Wants to make sure that RiuT cannot go in here. Actually, RiuT would choose to go on the right hand side, probably, if he really wants to go in. And one monk probably in and starting to convert. Of course, Edie has to go back here. And Siege Workshop coming up for Edie as well. Huskars being produced. Those archers will go down pretty fast if they're caught up by archers, but RiuT won't really care. They will just for killing those spearmen. TC number 3 is up for RiuT. Blacksmith now coming up, and maybe he wants to stay on the knights then. Relic number 4 being collected by RiuT, and only one left for Edie. Edie with the first Huskars out, 3 monks, a lot of spearmen here. And there's a mangonel now. Let's see, is RiuT gonna go through his own gate? Of course, Edie can see this, hunting down the monk, but mangonel did not hit. And there go, 3 knights have to go away, and RiuT, of course, opening his walls, bringing the relic in. And probably is going to re-wall this some house maybe, or Siege Workshop would be an option for him. Edie cannot see this hole, and he was a little bit too late. Otherwise he could have stopped this house from coming up maybe. Like this, RiuT is doing wheelbarrow, a lot of gold in the bank. Now that's actually too much gold. He stopped knight production, he did crossbowman actually. And he also stopped the archer production. 4 relics, but Edie going aggressive with siege now, and those walls will go down really fast. Edie at the same time still no more TCs as far as I can see. A few too many villages in gold. Should have gotten another mining camp here maybe. And playing off 1 TC means RiuT is 11 villages ahead, and he's gonna go in now. Let's see, we do see a castle come up from RiuT. He was collecting stone. Very nice position guarding this TC, and Edie has to go quite far around. The problem for RiuT is his main gold will be exposed. This castle is not helping him defend that, and I think Edie should switch his attention to the left hand side. Siege Workshop coming up for RiuT as well. That's a very nice position here, like blocking this entrance, and at the same time, but RiuT going a little bit back. And we see another castle come up for Edie. That's huge. In front of the RiuT's castle, looks like he wants to take the fight here. We're gonna see castle fight. Huskar production is still going now for RiuT as well. Do we see Edie with a few more Huskars? I think so, yeah, there we go. Also more ramps on the way, and this gate will go down too. Edie wants to get a little bit more space here, wants to be able to maneuver its units through the holes. This mangonel is doomed. Edie might get 1 knight converted, there we go. Actually 2 knights converted for that mangonel. That's a good trade for Edie, I think. And this castle will be up. The question is Edie gonna go full ramps here? There's the next battering ram, I think so. And also RiuT losing 4 relics because he built the monastery too far forward. Edie again going really aggressive in Castle Age, of course, as a Goth. That's what you expect to do if you don't boom to Imperial Age. At the same time, RiuT clicked up to Imperial Age, and that's of course a very huge advantage for RiuT. If he can get up to Imperial Age, he should get enough units out to be able to counter this forward from Edie. And of course with trebuchets this castle will go down really fast as well. Where's the ramps from Edie? There's only 3. Should I do monastery back? And yeah, of course you should have. Right now doesn't really help. What do you mean? I think you meant this this forward monastery that went down. Let's see. Eddie's not going for the relics. I always take relic and lose. Interesting. RiuT wants to cover the fact that he's up to Imperial. I think Edie should be able to know. He's got a lot of experience here. Also, mangonel is there. Ooh, RiuT going... No, Edie going for the monks, the knights, but those are going down. Edie deleting those just before they're being converted, or maybe a little bit before they're being converted. And Imperial upgrade, 70% done. Problem for RiuT is Edie is moving forward with the Rams now, and Edie got a lot of military units, 32 against only 10. RiuT needs to do more military units to be able to complete the army here. And while monks are pretty good against Huskarls, the crossbowmen will go down really fast, and Edie can go in and just shred the eco from RiuT now. Imperial Age almost done, 95%. Of course, Imperial Age upgrade will be done. At the same time, this castle might go down really fast, and RiuT doesn't have any siege to counter this, doesn't have the units to counter this. There's one mangonel which isn't really helping a lot. Cannot create traps right now, and RiuT calling GG. Edie playing off 1 TC, going with a really huge push into the base from RiuT, and RiuT was not able to get enough military units out while advancing to Imperial Age. Edie taking this game, very, very strong one. I hope you enjoyed this. Goth War actually pretty exciting here, and of course we've seen what we wanted to see, castle age aggression from Edie, a lot of fast cards, and I think that's Edie's strongest point on Arena. He's just a master of going 1 TC, push really hard, and then in the end most of the times win the game, which is really amazing. I hope you enjoyed this game. See you in the last one between those two, and yeah, bye for now. GG.